Hi everyone, welcome back to my Elden Ring series where I make a build for every melee weapon in the game. In this episode, I'll be covering the Ornamental Straight Sword. This is a unique weapon because it is a paired straight sword, meaning you can dual wield it with just one weapon slot. It requires 10 strength and 14 dexterity to wield and scales primarily with dex. It comes fixed with a unique weapon skill called Golden Tempering, which when used buffs our swords with Holy Essence and enhances our moveset. This weapon is acquired after defeating the Grafted Scion tutorial boss at the very start of the game, which can be revisited through one of the portals at the 4 belfries. For this build, I am using the Ornamental Straight Sword in its paired form in order to wield a sword in each hand. My playstyle focuses on agility and aggressiveness, utilizing the lightning fast special heavy attack that is unique to this weapon. When buffed with Golden Tempering, the heavy attack of this sword is a combo of 8 rapid thrusting attacks, which does devastating damage if you manage to land the whole combo. I really like this attack, but unfortunately it is very long and gets basically 0 hyper armor, so it is very easy to get staggered out of it, which happened to me a lot, even with 51 poise. A lot of the time in fights I would just opt for the safe option of doing 1 or 2 light attacks at a time, which are also very strong with this weapon, but are really not much different from normal power stance straight swords. These swords also have a nice 110 critical attack modifier, so they do well with critical attacks, but honestly they aren't really built for staggering. You can get some staggers with this weapon, but you won't be getting them every 5 seconds like with some of the other weapons in this game. So yeah, overall these swords are pretty cool and fun to use. They're very fast and you have a nice variety of attack options. It really does feel like a quintessential dexterity based playstyle. And then I am also using a finger seal in my open offhand slot, and the sole purpose of this is to buff with Golden Vow when I want to. That's really all that I use it for, but this lets us do a little more damage and have better defense. For my stats, at level 150, I have 60 Vigor, 15 Mind, 25 Endurance, 10 Strength, 75 Dexterity, 10 Intelligence, 24 Faith, and 10 Arcane. Luckily, I was able to afford a lot of Vigor, which is nice for trading hits, which we tend to do when playing aggressively. Mind is fairly low, but I personally think that's fine, since we really only use it for buffing, with Golden Vow and then our skill basically being a weapon buff, so it doesn't really interfere with the flow of things if we run out of FP mid-fight. Endurance at 25 is a nice middle ground. Maybe I'm crazy, but it feels like this weapon uses less stamina than normal power stance straight swords, but I don't know if that's actually true. For damage, I went all the way in on dex because of the inherent scaling of the Ornamental Straight Sword, and there's not really any other way to do it. I did go just high enough into Faith to be able to use Golden Vow because I had a few points to spare, but this isn't mandatory, of course. For my armor set, I'm using this fairly simple but elegant looking armor combo with lots of gold accents. I have the Sacred Crown Helm, which gives us +1 Faith, bringing us up to 25, which is what we need for Golden Vow. Then I have Lita's armor, which has the passive effect of buffing rolling and dashing attacks, so that's kind of helpful, I guess. And then I just have the Gauntlets of Solitude and the Scaled Greaves, mostly for their strong stats. As for Talismans, I really leaned into the multi-hit effect Talismans because of just how incredibly fast this weapon is, particularly the charged heavy combo. I have the Rotten Wing Sword Insignia and Millicent's Prosthesis for 2 separate sources of damage boost after successive attacks. The latter also gives us a +5 dex, bringing us up to the soft cap of 80. Then I have the Godskin Swaddling Cloth, which restores some HP with successive attacks. And finally, the Axe Talisman to boost the damage of our charged heavy attacks. Other good options that I could think of would be the Spear Talisman, since we do a lot of poking attacks, as well as the Dagger Talisman or Blade of Mercy to make our critical attacks even better. For the Flask of Wondrous Physic, I just chose to use the Green Burst Crystal tier for more stamina regeneration, and the Opaline Hard tier for more defense. And that is going to wrap up this build video for the Ornamental Straight Sword. Here's an overview of my setup. Thank you for watching, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.